Yeah, I've got a hammer.
Welcome everyone. We are the Grin brothers, and it's hammer time apparently. It's dead time. Got killed by the bat bucket.
Triple kill.
Was it? What activated it? Because the child's just minding her own business.
I got saved.
Like, what's triggering it?
One of these wooden planks. Oh, come on! How did... What?
That didn't make any sense. And the iframes were messed up there.
Okay.
Hitbox was jank there. I did hear the combat was like the commonly criticised part of this game. The bucket got in the way. The bat bucket is too strong!
I'm not going to get over that, to be fair. Like, at least I get to watch this small girl get her face smashed.
It'll be a nightmare for editing, but I'm going to put a death counter up.
The hammer just bounced
the hammer should
away.
like hit his head as it comes down, sort of thing.
Goodbye, small girl. Again.
Wow! What an arm! This girl's begging you to stop.
Okay, that was because it didn't pick up the hammer that time.
No, please! Not back there again!
This is why now I'm just walking so casually. I swear I'm not dying on purpose. Just to watch this poor girl get her face smashed. God's sake, how did that hit me this time? Why is the physics different every time? Like, look! Really? That didn't hit?
Yeah.
Sorry, small girl. Time for you to die again. What?
That went out into the foreground. That hit us. Ah! My arm!
Small girl dies. I pick up hammer. I die.
Yeah, that seems to be the pattern. I'm stuck in a time loop.
Bucket kills small girl.
Going off of my basis that this is just like the character picturing these scenarios happening beforehand, he's pictured this girl dying an awful lot. He must really not like this one girl.
Ah!
She tried.
Alright, there we go. Now I've just got to die again.
Like, I didn't think, you know, it's strange. Usually they lunge within range of your... I knew that was going to happen,
Pick up the hammer! Oh my god. What is this character even called?
Don't know. I think most of the people I was seeing called it like something like Bag Boy.
Was he just molesting my crotch? I think that was sexual assault.
I don't have one of these because I'm a puppet!
On the walkthrough I looked up, I saw the name Mono. So I guess the character's name is Mono.
It It'd be nice to be able to say
The eyes again.
What? Oh, the eye. Where?
Yeah, on the floor, short pan.
Yeah.
Remember in the last game, eyes was like a huge motif.
The bird's eye lens? No, what do they call it? Fish eye lens, that's it.
I can see you hiding around the corner.
Ah! Finally, they missed their lunch for once.
I'm just committing murder. Like, we thought 6 was bad in the last game. This dude, like, he came out.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, he came out, found a girl, declared her his waifu, but they stole his waifu here.
Like,
so this is what happened.
First thing he did when he saw an axe was take it and break it into a room, and then proceed to chase the girl that ran away from him, like, until she was forced to work with him.
I knew you'd come around eventually.
Shot someone. Oh. I feel like if I break that...
Yeah. You very should, you know, maybe something to cushion the fall.
Okay. Can't I just...
Duck in, maybe? Or what about the other toilet? Use the toilet paper out of it to... Or as you can tell, it's an American developer here, by the way. Giant gaps underneath their toilet, under their toilet doors. No, maybe I'm supposed to just smash it.
That doesn't seem safe.
I'll save you!
Can I... No? Yeah, sorry girl. This seems to be...
Oh, it goes slowly. Yeah, because that's how borders work.
That wasn't very slowly.
I saved you, blah, blah.
Yeah, pretty sure the neck is broken. Really? You just poke their head?
I mean, that's a nice little attention to detail. You know, she rejected his hand before, but now... You didn't get to kill the, teacher.
Not yet. We just committed mass murder on children.
So many Pinocchio movies, now no one can be filmed.
But father...
Oh, her head, like, comes out of there. So
when do I get to see the world?
This is the world. It sucks. So I've been reading Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer.
I wonder if someone's been able to play Megalovania on this.
Probably. You can't escape it. And, you know, I was prepared for some things. You know, I know, you know, it's obviously like a book in, like, you know, was it like 1600 sort of thing, or even before that? You know, it's a pretty old book. You know, old, you know, custom sort of thing. Different time, you know. So of course, when like the Knight's Tale, you know, has a scene with in the Knight's Tale, and like you got this the situation is basically two cousins are in love with the same woman sort of thing, and they're fighting for her love, and so they go to pray to a different god. One goes to pray to Venus for success in love. One goes to pray to Mars for success in the battle for her affection. And then you got Emily goes to pray to, I think it's Diane, and you know prays to the goddess saying, I wish to remain a virgin sort of thing. I do not wish to choose either as a husband.
Oh, that's cute.
What?
If you try playing the broken piano, she covers her ears.
And basically Diane's response is, yeah, I can't do nothing. Better spread those legs. Which then Saturn layer is like for the gods who are like currently having a fight against one another. It's like, don't. I have a solution that will have it so that both your champions win. And then he goes like, so you got Diane sort of like...
Oh, it's another... Oh.
And then you got Diane sort of thing, and it's like, well, not mentioned, but... Oh no, it's a puppet.
Okay.
But then you got like, and then I'm thinking, oh, so Diane also gets to win. It's like, Saturn, no! You know, I expected that sort of thing. Goes along, you know, there's some usage of words.
Yeah.
You know, quite vulgar. I've unfortunately found out that fart jokes is just a universal thing as old as time.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, friend. I'm glad we're both just okay with murder.
Double kill. Assist kill. But, like, it going along, reading some of these things, it gets to, like, there's a couple dirty stories back to back, sort of thing, and then the cook tries to tell a story. He mentions a prostitute in it, and I think her, I can't remember what her name was, like, prioress, sort of thing, goes, oh no, please don't talk about that sort of thing. And the host agrees with her, and so they talking, and it's like, prostitute, that's a step too far, sort of thing. And I can't remember what her term was, but basically, I think I'll just call her the prioress. I don't think it's the right term. I'll throw up the right term on screen. It's like supposed to be a very pure sort of woman, very sort of like, you know, ooh, wholesome
pious.
sort of thing, you know, pious. That's it. Very sort of like delicate.
Yeah, I can see why Bono's a simp.
It's a simp or it's his life.
You can tell in his eyes, like, damn, that was hard.
Let's hold hands again. Which is funny, it's like, they're doing this horrible stuff and it's like, let's hold hands, okay. It's cute as like blood rains down on them from their murdered victims.
I wonder if you can kill the enemy before they get the chance to do that.
But it gets to her story. It's like, oh, this is probably going to be very pure because, you know, she's presenting this, like, you know, oh, she doesn't want to talk about sex or thing and all that. So, and it's going to be like a very good thing. And then it's like, reading through it's like, and so Satan emerged amongst the Jews. That boy singing, kill him. And the Jews go, nah, 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 nah. I'm like, oh, I expected the sexism. I forgot about the anti-Semitism of the time.
I forgot about racism.
It's like, but the best part is it's coming from the one who's portrayed as the wholesome, pure woman. And she's like, absolutely racist. But of course at the time they didn't think anything of it.
Yeah. I hear piano.
But it's just like, wow.
A very...
And you got the cook, is ever such a nice person, his story gets everything like, oh, I never meant to offend, but like, oh, the prostitutes are bad sort of thing to bring them up, but, you know, the racism though, that's okay. Because, I know, of course, they wouldn't see it as that, but it's
well,
like, yeah. I just,
probably don't stand there. Oh, that's so you can climb up.
But yeah, I was a little taken aback by that one.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Also, for a horror game, this game is actually kind of adorable and wholesome. Ignoring the child murder I've committed. But they started it. Which they actually did, so, you know.
If it wasn't because her head is so abnormally large, I was expecting her to kind of like, you know, through the vents at one point, like, you know, her neck sort of going through sort of thing. But the vents are so large, she'd never get her giant, overly proportioned head through.
Can I walk along
I see you've been affected by the big-headed curse! I'm not affected by the big-headed curse! Yeah, to be fair, you were a goner.
Yeah.
And that's what would happen if I fell down.
Oh, no, I've got to go down anyway.
I thought that was like... Oh, okay. No, I mistook that. I thought that was like a bridge across sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I tried walking on.
Mm.
What are you doing?
But yeah, some things you just, you got to remind yourself, these were different times with reading it. So, I expected some of the things. I kind of forgot about, that.
To be fair, it's not like people are still pretty anti-Semitic nowadays.
Which,
so.
again, never made it. But, again, I just find it funny because it's the character that's supposed to be presented as Semitic. Yeah. And I don't think it's like...
And baby!
And I don't think it's like...
Burn the doors!
I don't think it's like Chaucer trying to, like, trying to say that, oh no, she was actually, a terrible person sort of thing. Because, like, he was a very religious person himself, and all the characters in it are a stereotype, basically.
Yeah.
The knight, that's why they're not called by names, often. They're called, like, by their profession, their title. The knight, the cook, the miller, the summoner, all that. A couple of them do get, one's called the nun's priest and the other's called the second nun. They have names, but they never are referred to them unless they refer to themselves by their own name. And a lot of their characteristics and such are all presented very much how Chaucer sees the general class.
Yeah. It's basically RPG stereotype.
For instance, he's not a fan of the summoner, so the summoner is presented in a lot of negative light sort of thing. The miller, he doesn't present as like the worst sort of thing, saying that, they do have a good sense of humour, but doesn't present him as very pleasant.
Yeah.
The cook is the interesting one, because, like, the cook is, like, presented generally as a decent person, but, like, he's the one whose story gets interrupted because he kind of got into the string of, like, following up a dirtier and dirtier story, and, mentioned prostitutes, and apparently that was, too much.
Oh, now it's letting me move it. I assume I have to wait for them to be playing.
How'd you get into this room? I don't see a door.
Yeah, again, that's your question?
I guess if keeping up with the weird trend of topics, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s.
That's concerning, because most of the topics we've talked about have been, like, nudity, sex.
Well, the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 manga, the manga is kind of boring in the side, let's make Luke the protagonist, but Luke's boring as a protagonist. He's interesting because he's the side character, like rival character, he should be a protagonist, effectively, but he isn't.
Yeah.
That's what makes Luke interesting. Because he's got all the qualities of a protagonist, but he's not the protagonist. He's literally the guy who never loses a duel so far. And basically acts like a protagonist, but he's not. But like in the manga, he's like the protagonist sort of thing. And, in the mangaka has some interesting ways of, illustrating some of the female characters.
Uh-huh.
But the weirdest one is the character Roa.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, well, it's exactly what I thought, except she's managing to do it anyway. Oh, gosh.
This is...
The character Roa, he's the cousin to Roman, and he's a musician sort of thing.
They
actually are part of a band called Roa Roman.
Yeah.
His deck is, musical themed. But, in the manga, he has a rather different card.
Uh-huh.
One of his cards, and someone did a colouring thing to just show how apparent it seems to be a design, and it's clearly a card the mangaka has drawn up, because it's not a card that exists, to my knowledge. It basically just looks like Roman, except she's blindfolded with a bull gag in her mouth, and handcuffed.
Okay.
And it's like, that's not a card that Ra has in his deck! That's not a card at all! Why does he have it? It's this card! What musical theme does it have? As an attack,
Well,
is it being electrocuting itself to electrocute the opponent? It's like, what the heck?
Time in bed can certainly make noise. What's down there?
And it's just worse because, like, this is Roa's cousin. Why does he have this card in his deck in the manga?
Yeah. This is a kick card I made of my own cousin. Oh, you can't hold hands.
The other part is that's also weird. It's like the mangaka does the typical, all eye style sort of thing. Certain features are bigger.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the moment he had a beach episode, the way he draws the two female characters, also in the skimpiest bikinis possible, makes them look anorexic.
Yeah.
Instead of before it's like, oh, they got a bit more bigger of a chest here, but now they're like completely flat sort of thing, and looking like, despite how they've got less clothes on.
Weird.
It's the manga. It's
hey, more melted people.
Odd, very odd. You still didn't kill the teacher yet, so
No.
you still got to wait for that.
Maybe I don't get to, which would be incredibly disappointing.
The Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime continues to be good, though. They had a pretty cool duel where a bunch of the side characters fought some of the, more important characters. Because, basically because of the main villain, although he lost to Luke, he still managed to cut off Monster Reborn to erase people's memories.
Yeah.
But it didn't affect Luke because the way the memory eraser works is he focused it on Rush Duels, but Luke knew Yuga before Rush Duels.
Yeah.
And so he kept his memory. But a lot of the other characters lost their memories. But a lot of supporting characters weren't there. So when Gakuto's because Gakuto's like the school president sort of thing, and he's got his two assistants, the two other members of the student council, end up challenging him to a duel to try and regain his memories, because one of the characters, the secret manipulator villain behind it all, basically decided, I can use this to make this him into a dictator. Scenario sort of thing.
Do we just?
I guess go through there.
Right.
But also was inspired by this. A couple of the other characters, supporting characters, decided to duel their own respective, actual main character sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you have the robot using his chair deck against the genius character, but he got sort of set off because the genius because they've forgotten about Rush Duels. He threw out the 3 cards made specifically for Rush Duels, which is funny because he made his entire deck around that. So the chair guy uses those 3 cards in the battle because he was told to throw them away, but he kept them and uses them. The people of the vehicle club, the equestrian vehicle club, they 3 of them basically give up their ability to actually duel ever again by making because of the way the city works, your ID card gives you permission to duel or not.
Yeah.
But you can use the ID card and to make it into any other card if you want.
Okay.
So they used their ID cards to make it into their maximum summon card that originally Asana had used before. The thing is, though, Asana won with it, so she was able to revert it back. But if you lose with them, they're gone forever. So they risked that. And the guy uses the maximum summon that they'd made.
That's cool.
But it was also funny because in the Kakuto duel, they go, we'll do anything to bring back your memory. So it throws off their serious thing and goes, remember your Gakkin style, yo! And they're doing the rap thing that Gakuto did, because when facing up against Nail, the genius character, was so nervous that he decided to basically change up his image to try and, make himself calmer. So it's like this real gang rapping sort of vibe he does to it, all 90s colourful outfit sort of thing. But the best part is, during that, Roman, who's not even there because she's also lost her memory, just starts shivering. It's like, what is this feeling? And the comments was like, yes, the cringe! Remember the cringe! Also, the supporting characters there of the student council end up making making their own fusion card, which is funny because it's like he summons a card and it's just a gun, and it's like ninja, and it's just a ninja with a gun. and then fuses it with a flower, and it turns into this giant flower-based airship.
Oh.
And it looks nothing like you'd expect, and he just nukes the heck out of the estate.
I don't know what I'm doing.
But Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's there's some pretty good moments in the anime. I'd rather forget about the manga. Like, you know, the thing is, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, yeah, Roa manipulated Romin, but I'm not sure he'd have such a card in his deck. It doesn't quite fit the musical theme of his deck. Also, it's his cousin.
Yeah.
Also, they're like 11 to 13.
Yeah, that as well. That's probably the bigger one, actually.
But yeah, past 25 minutes here, we might as well wait until Ruffy's figured this out before we hit record again. So, cheerio!
Like, comment, subscribe, and goodbye.